Well, he's just signing that. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
We ready?
Yep.
I'll call the November meeting of the St. John Waterworks to order. Would you please take a roll?
Nick Furtek,
Present.
Bill Manasopoulos,
Here.
Ken Gambala,
Here.
Wayne Pondinas,
Present.
Joe Wizawati.
Present.
Okay, we have January of 2021 minutes to approve. I don't know if you look at any corrections or additions and if you remember what happened. But for the 19th of January, it's pretty lengthy. Joint session. Motion to approve.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the January 19th, 2021 joint session minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor, please signify by aye.
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 Motion carried. Next is March 16th of 2021. Again, joint session. Motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the March 16th, 2021 minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor, signify by aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. And finally, we got the October 18th, last month, 2022. And if anyone see anything there? If not, motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the October 18th, 2022 regular meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. New business. All right, we have a motion to approve a change order, number 2 for US 41 utility relocation project, ditch box culvert, water main conflict from $300,000 to $288,800, decrease of $11,200, and authorize the Waterworks president and town manager to sign. Any discussion, any explanations?
Just a quick, this is for, I'm sorry. This is for, obviously for the box culvert conflict, but this is for Gatlin Plumbing and Heating, just so you guys are aware.
There was a slight savings, in other words, in doing it.
That's correct. It's for the change order, and then there's the amount on the next item, which will be for the approval of that amount.
Well, we'll take them separately. Change order number 2. Any questions? If not, a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve change order number 2 from $300,000 to $288,800.
I'll second that.
Motion second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Should I reword that with the authorization to the water board president to sign and town manager to sign?
This should be fine, yeah.
I'd like to amend that motion to include authorization for the Waterworks board president and town manager to sign.
I'll second that.
Okay. All right. The motion is changed to authorize the Waterworks board president, town manager to sign. All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Along those same lines, we need a motion to approve pay request number 3 for the relocation project, ditch culvert, conflict, an amount of $11,550, and request reimbursement from the sanitary district as agreed at the July 11, 2022 joint meeting. Any explanations, discussion? Same situation, Joe?
That's correct. So the 11,500 represents the total amount. The $11,550 is due from the sanitary. However, the Waterworks Board decided to take lead on that. At the time that was done, that's why it's being approved by them, but it's also being accepted and approved by them at their meeting to follow, so.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the pay request number 3 for the US 41 utility relocation project.
I'll second that.
and authorize, or we have, there's nothing to sign on that one?
No, it's just for the pay request.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. All right, finally, we have a motion to approve the final pay application of $0 for the US 41 utility relocation project, ditch culvert, water main, sanitary force main conflict, and authorize release of the retainage withheld in the amount of $15,000 to be paid to Gatlin Plumbing and Heating, $7,500 from water and $7,500 from sanitary. Any explanations, discussion?
No, this is for the payment for the retainage amount, which was 15,000 even, and then 7,500 and 7,500, both from each water and sanitary.
I'd like to make a motion to approve $7,500 to Gatlin Plumbing and Heating Incorporated.
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. Okay, old business, I'll go put that together with project updates. Wayne, anything?
Well, for water side, SCADA system's done and operating, and I think all the kinks are out of it. So everything's going good.
All right, we'll be getting updates on that 93rd and 41 project, right, as we move along. As far as
I
what
think
the
it's
water
moving
board's
along,
gonna
but
have to do.
I'm not aware of everything that they're doing with it.
Oh, the water main, that's a big part of the project, right?
Right, it's part of the project, but I haven't heard anything on that.
Okay. All right, and we had what, the Parish Street roundabout? We're gonna have a
That's-
water main situation there?
Yeah, but that's gonna be under discussion yet, that we have to move a water main, I think. But we haven't decided, the engineering hasn't decided on how that's gonna work yet.
I could talk on
The
this.
Tom's here.
Yeah. So we had a meeting with NDOT out there on a bunch of other utilities. They told us what their schedule was. The Parish and 231 roundabout is proposed to be done in 2025. They're giving us a heads up. They haven't had the plans done yet, enough to see where any conflicts could be occurring. It was mostly like informational, getting people on the ground floor. That's what they were looking for. So we know what's coming. They're gonna give us the geometric layout of where their storm sewers are. We're gonna see where the conflicts are and start addressing them well ahead of the game as opposed to in the middle of the game. So,
As far as the Acorn project, we're just moving along already towards spring.
we got great news on it. So, we were supposed to submit our plans and specs item on February 1st. And we moved things up. The weather was great. We got the topography done. We're doing borings next 2 weeks from now. We're doing potholing to identify some diameters and locations of where the water main is a week from now. And we're gonna be probably about 30 to 45 days ahead of schedule on it. So what we told the residents that we building this in the summer of 2023 and completing in the fall, because we gotta repave the street before the asphalt plants close. We're looking at, in the beginning of summer, maybe late spring, moving things along. I just gotta caution you, we don't have control over item and a review time on the water main. We don't think it's gonna be all that long, sir. And we even have a plan of even going down and seeing item and talk to him about it and walking them through some of the major jobs that are going on and coming in the future on it too.
Good. Is there any way to get this to the residents, or that we're moving forward and where we're at?
I think so, but I don't know if they're gonna come to the next meeting. They were at the meeting last month, but were they at the sanitary one, or they were at this one?
We're at the
They're
water.
this one. But I mean, is there any way to let them know that
Yeah, I mean,
what stages we're at.
I think we should send them just a quick update, maybe, I mean, how many people actually live on there, maybe 16?
16 to 20, probably, yeah.
I mean, it ain't gonna be that hard to send them just a quick note, here's an update, here's our time, send them a copy of the timeline so they
We know we
have
didn't
it.
drop the ball in the
Yeah.
engineering's proceeding.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about I draft a letter
That's what
saying
I'm-
what's been done and what's
Right.
going to be
Yeah.
anticipated, and it could be going over under the town's letterhead on
That
it.
would be great.
And then we could even show them the plans. There's 14 pages of plans here, and it's moving along. And I just got to make a compliment to the Public Works Department. Anytime we needed anything, they were out there with us. They helped us. They walked the job with us multiple times, and I think it's going smoothly. I don't knock on wood. I'm sure I cursed myself on that, but things are working out well. So
Yeah, Public Works has always been good in this town,
Yeah.
as long as I've been here. Good. Yeah, if we can do that, that would make them feel like we're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, at least they could see that, there's progress on this. And honestly, this is a project that really affects the whole town, but more so the directly impacted are the residents that live there, so.
Good.
and just a caution, once we get to item, it's a waiting game. Now we're going to be 3 or 4 months out before we do anything as far as bidding, but we'll have things set up. So if there's no responses in January, February, March, it's not because we're not doing anything, because we're waiting. So,
I like to word it somehow, it's subject to state approval.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, you know how to wordsmith it. So, yeah. And then I think it would be beneficial for them to see the timeline,
Good.
an updated timeline on how everything looks.
Anything from the members?
About
Updates?
45 days ahead of schedule, you said?
yeah, we are. So we were supposed to be 75% done on January 34th. We'll say February 1st. And things just kind of fell into place with the weather and our field crews. And right now, the way the plan says, Jason, if you go 1 or 2 more pages in, you can look at the plan set's got to get the plan and profile, which is that lower portion of the plan. We wanted to get Bob V and Bob Davis to agree to the alignment. They've already visually walked it with us, we talked about it, but this, once they say, this is good, Tom, we'll get the profiles drawn on the bottom. I know where all the conflicts with the sanitary sewers and the water mains and the gas mains will be shown on there, and then we'll go to item with it. But right now, bulk of the work is done now too, so.
How about a quick update on the wells? Where we're at?
On wells 8 and 9?
Yeah.
Tom's working on that too. So if he wants to answer that, but
Sure.
they
So-
won't be up online for a while.
Right, we put together a master schedule, and I'll tell you what, so we're working not in a silo, working with teams on this right now. The teams of the Public Works and Joe's department on it, and we'll get you the master schedule on it. It's not gonna be next summer they're gonna be online. It's gonna be in 2024. And that's just the nature of the beast, because, A, we gotta get the building done, we gotta get the permits for it, we got the permits for it from IDEM, we gotta get the building, we gotta go out to bid on it, we gotta get the building done, there's lead time on a lot of this equipment. And the lead time is getting enormous. The big time frame is the regional treatment plant. That won't be completed until 2025. But in the interim, we're gonna use the interconnect between the Gates treatment plant and wells 7 or 8 and 9. So we've had extensive meetings on this and how we're gonna make the connections. A lot of your connections are almost there. You have your 18-inch water main that's only 600 feet away. That's gonna be an easy connection. The big thing is gonna get the wells designed, the permits for it, and going out to bid and building it. And stuff like with the control centers, the motor control centers, there's big lead times on it. Generators, we're waiting a year on a generator. Doesn't mean we can't run the well without the generator, but it just won't be fully utilized in the event we have a power outage. But you will have 4 wells leading into the Gates treatment plant. So, and the Gates has a generator. I mean, the idea is to lessen up the load on wells at the Gates, which is wells 6 and 7.
Any questions?
I know we talked about it in the one meeting that I was in, about, I know you don't have a cost, as of right now, but, is that something we should be looking into,
So it's an excellent question, and we're still trying to work out what the costs are on it. Preliminary, it's in the $20 million range, okay? And we know that we have about $7 million left in the bond issue. We met with Indiana Finance Authority saying that there's these big regional projects that could be coming down. We want to get a meeting with them. What we want to do is we don't want to do a preemptive strike with not having a lot of detail behind it. And that's the problem. We've been here for a month or two. We're trying to get on our feet and get everything together. But right now, preliminary, we're looking at $20 million on it, which isn't not that unreasonable. I mean, and there's some things in there we're looking at. We're making recommendation to Joe and the Public Works and to Wayne on this too, is that there's a lot of gaps in there. We're waiting for developers to put water mains in. And that's hurting the system as far as the continuity of the water flowing. And so we're asking them that, can you pre-install this, and when development occurs, charge them for the money back? Because according to your ordinance, they have to extend the water mains across the frontage. So, but they're not willing to develop because the interest rates are just not ready to sell their farm yet, or whatever the reason is. We still got to make these types of connections to help out the entire community on it. And so with that said, if you do install it and you do pay it and you do get it paid back from the developer and you're taking a loan with Indiana Finance Authority, there's a lot of benefits for using the state revolving loan fund from Indiana Finance Authority. You could use a 30-year loan on it. You're not getting a 30-year bond from anybody, but with them you could do a 30-year loan, and you've got infrastructure that has lives of a 75-year life on it. So it makes sense. Okay, it keeps your payment down lower, and the interest rate is half of the bond rate. So the bond rate right now, according to Joe told us you're paying 5 or 6 is what it's coming up to. Who knows where that number is going to end? But either way, we'll be 50% of that if we use the IFA funding on it.
Yeah, so you're looking at about 2.5%, 3%
Right.
through IFA, which that makes more sense. You don't have the costs for your bond issuance and all that.
But it's going to be determined at the time the contracts are taken and the contracts are awarded. So what the interest rate today isn't necessarily going to be like, 12 months from now or 16 months from now or 18 months from now, So, but either way, the rule is it's 50% of the bond rate.
And I know for the last bond we floated, we had to raise our rates, and we had to raise them.
Oh, yeah.
30%.
We're going to have to do a study on that too, as you
Okay.
know. Yeah, it's the same process.
Okay.
Because we're going to have to show that we
That's
can
what I was
repay
wondering
it.
with the 30-year, if it was any different from the bond.
Yeah, we still have to show that we can pay it. Yeah.
It will be less a year, and you'll pay more interest over the lifetime of your loan. But if your interest is in the 2%, really low, it's not that much money. I mean, right now, we're seeing interest rates with the state revolving loan funds, I think 1.99%. It doesn't even budge the needle on a 30-year loan versus a 20-year loan.
Okay. Okay, I have no other comments or things on projects. And we'll go to, we have no reports and correspondence, payment of the bills. Got, all right. All right, wastewater. No, not that one. I'm into the wrong one. Here we go. We have the water utility, November 15th, 2022 dated. And I believe that's a total of $1,597,323.86. Any questions?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the water utility docket as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. Water utilities approved. And then we have the water district of $96,201.13. Most of that's payroll and NIPSCO. Any questions?
I'd like to make a motion to pay the water district docket as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. And any public comment? Can you come up to the podium, please? Name and address.
Jim Zarnik, 8720 Verbena Court. So a comment and then a couple questions. So first of all, just really glad that Robinson Engineering is servicing our town now. They're awesome, and they're going to do a great job for us. And then just a couple questions. I know that a study was mentioned. I think one is desperately needed. So, and I know Robinson Engineering just started, right? But what are the plans for getting that study going, and when would that be produced?
I could answer, sir, if you want me to answer it. Great. So we got a proposal in for hydraulic analysis, and we started it already. There's going to be a master plan for the Waterworks system on it. And we're looking at where arterial mains are going to go and how the regional plants are going to tie into everything. But we both know the same person, Greg Campaign's leading that study up when he started it.
Great.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. And then the other question is, with the additional wells at the gates, will that water be able to be provided system-wide, or is it just kind of
It's all blended
localized?
together. It's,
To everybody?
yeah, our system is mixed together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor, signify by aye.